What's up, Taiwan? I'm Jaime Ocon with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's defense minister says the country is ready to adjust to the new lineup of China's top military body, the Central Military Commission. Xi Jinping's reshuffle includes the promotion of an official with experience managing Taiwan-related affairs. As James Chater reports, the new appointments are a sign that Taiwan remains Beijing's central focus.
At the recently concluded Chinese Communist Party Congress, China's President Xi Jinping put his military leaders in position. The most senior is Zhang Youxia, a 72-year-old longtime Xi ally, and one of the few senior officials with direct combat experience. Ranked next to him is this man, He Weidong. He previously led the Eastern Theater Command, the unit of the Chinese military that oversees the Taiwan Strait. He's credited with planning the live-fire military drills that took place around Taiwan after US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan in August. In Taiwan, the new appointments are raising concerns, with officials saying they show China will take a tougher approach to Taiwan, which Beijing claims as part of its sovereign territory.
我们从人事方面，我们也在调，但不是针对他，你怎么调我就怎么变。我讲都是国防政策都有一定的脉络的。我们还是要很稳扎稳打地去做工作。
Xi Jinping has set a goal of building a world-class military by 2027. That's a date some US officials have said Xi wants China's military to be ready for an attack on Taiwan. The US Navy chief last week said a Chinese invasion could come as soon as next year. But analysts in Taiwan say, regardless of timeline, China's new military appointments suggest taking Taiwan will remain a focus.
这一些懂台海、懂周遭的这一些过去在南京军区服务过的将领，未来的话不敢说他一定是要打台湾，但是他至少他了解这一些事物，他有这一些经历、这些经验，这些经验会去帮助他在下决策的时候，可能会更加的一个容易，或者是更加的一个清晰。
Chinese military activity toward Taiwan had intensified even before the Communist Party's Congress. The new makeup of China's military leaders indicates that pressure is unlikely to subside. Asnaya Zhou and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
Meanwhile, Taiwan's top security agency says it believes China is hardening its stance against Taiwan. The Bureau thinks there could be more shakeups in top military positions. Officials also say Beijing could launch an attack to distract attention from domestic problems.
四通桥事件，一些社会的这个控制上面已经出现了一些破口。我们不排除他为了转移这个内部的某些压力，去做以战这个逼统逼和的这样的一个这个策略。
U.S. prosecutors have brought charges against 13 Chinese nationals in 3 separate cases. The Department of Justice and the FBI have filed indictments for espionage, trying to force a naturalized U.S. citizen into returning to China and interfering in the prosecution of a Chinese company. While officials did not name the company, media reports cite insiders as saying it is telecommunications giant Huawei. Officials say these cases are part of efforts by Beijing to undermine the rule of law in the United States.
Beijing may think our adherence to the rule of law is a weakness, but they're wrong. We're disrupting Chinese government criminality and aggression not just while adhering to our values, but by adhering to our values. Our democratic and legal processes arm us with weapons that China doesn't have, among others, real partners and allies. And our partnerships help protect the American people every day.
The return of overseas tourists to Taiwan has been slow. Despite a gradual lifting of COVID restrictions, analysts don't expect tourist numbers to recover until at least the end of the year. And as John Van Trieste reports, this has hotels looking for other kinds of customers.
It's been almost 2 weeks since Taiwan reopened to tourism. But the lobby of this hotel, just 20 minutes from the country's largest airport, is quiet. There are few international guests, so they're appealing to a domestic market.
目前呢，出国的游客其实蛮多的，所以饭店有推出早班机专案，会含接驳。那另外呢，在出差的这个部分呢，我们的商务客呢也比以前多了。
Since border restrictions were eased on October 13th, there have been around 10,000 people arriving in Taiwan daily. But that's much less than the government-set cap of 150,000 per week. One reason the number of overseas visitors remains low is that the opening isn't a complete one. Before the pandemic, Hong Kong and Macau were major sources of visitors. But tourists from these places and the rest of China are still not allowed in.
在未来的话，以及现在，我们都是会先以国内的旅客为主。那也希望说，在之后呢，全面解封的时候，我们一样会有港澳的旅客可以回流过来。
The hospitality industry doesn't expect tourist numbers to recover until the end of the year.
最容易进来的，当然逻辑上是香港，但是现在还有一些限制存在，所以国际观光客要马上能进来，能够看到实际上的效果，大概要2-3个月左右的时间。
But there is optimism. The busy end-of-year holidays are just a few months away, and visitor numbers are expected to rise before the Lunar New Year celebrations in January. Patrick Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
A Dutch dress symbolizing the fight for international LGBTQ rights is on display at Taipei City Hall. That's as the city prepares to host its annual Pride Parade on the 29th of October. Leslie Liao was at the launch.
This colorful gown behind me has been on tour for years now, but it's the first time it's making an appearance right here in Taipei. It's called the Amsterdam rainbow dress, and from a distance, it looks like a festive and fabulous giant outfit. But if you take a closer look, you'll notice some darker details. It's actually made of flags from countries where being LGBTQ is a punishable offense. And in these countries where it's illegal to be LGBTQ, sometimes the punishment could include torture or even the death penalty. The Amsterdam Rainbow Dress Foundation started the project in 2016. They call it a living work of art. Every time a country featured in the dress legalizes LGBTQ rights, its flag is replaced with a rainbow banner, a symbol of the LGBTQ community. Right now, it is made up of 68 country flags and 9 rainbow flags. The bodice you see here has 4 Amsterdam city flags. They symbolize the city's role as a haven for LGBTQ refugees. Since the dress was created 6 years ago, the national flags of 9 countries have been replaced by the rainbow flag. Now, the dress is in Taipei, another city known for embracing LGBTQ rights. It's here for the 20th anniversary of the city's Pride Parade, one of the first in Asia. The Dutch representative office in Taipei paved the way for the dress to be displayed at Taipei City Hall for 6 days.
I think it's the only country, if I'm not mistaken, in Asia where same-sex couples are allowed to marriage. In that respect, I think that Taiwan is really an outlier in a positive sense in Asia. So for that reason, we thought it was really important to get it to Taiwan, not only to resonate here with the Taiwanese population, but also beyond Taiwan itself.
Now, if you look closely, you're not going to find Taiwan's flag in this dress. After all, it was the first country in Asia to legalize same-sex marriage. Now, I gotta say, that's gotta be one of the rare instances where Taiwan is proud not to have its flag displayed. Hopefully, one day, every flag in this dress can be replaced with a rainbow. Andy Xue and Leslie Liao at Taipei City Hall for TaiwanPlus News.
The producer of Taiwan's Medigen vaccine is picking up the tab on recipients' PCR tests. The company has been in the spotlight since Japan reopened its borders, letting vaccinated travelers from Taiwan enter visa-free. Great news, right? Well, there's one slight problem. The Medigen jab is not on Tokyo's list of approved vaccines, so people who received that brand need a PCR test before they travel, which costs over $100. The company says it will pay for these tests starting Friday until the end of the year. Over 3 million doses of the Medigen jab have been given to date. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we'll leave you with the images of dogs getting dressed up for an early Halloween parade in New York. I'm Jaime Ocon. Take care and see you next time.